Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you an audio commentary, or rather a shoutcast. I'm casting the game between VeryB1gman and I'll call him Ciara coming in. We have Ciara spawning over here in Turtle Rock at what I'll call the 11 o'clock position, and we have VeryB1gman spawning at the 9 o'clock position. So this is going to be a very close spawn and very interesting opening, as we have an early lumber mill coming in from VeryB1gman instead of an early barracks or anything, and still a farm coming out. So this very well may be a tower rush coming in from VeryB1gman. We do have Ciara currently getting an Ultra of Storms and a barracks, luckily not going on early Voodoo Lounge, so we'll be able to produce grunts if it is a tower rush. And now a barracks coming down. No real reason to get an early lumber mill on this map unless you are going to do a tower rush. He's not doing the 4 peon micro trick where you manually use the peons to try to increase their mining speed, so not quite sure what he's really going to go for here. We do have an Archmage now coming out from VeryB1gman, and now VeryB1gman closing off this front door. At the same time, we have Ciara now getting a Blade Master, so it is a Blade Master versus Archmage matchup here on Turtle Rock, and it is going to be close spawn, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this really plays out. That early lumber mill, not quite sure why he went it. The mining distance isn't that far for those units, but he is getting an early scout tower as well. So an early scout tower normally means that he wants to play a defensive game, and he's going to go a little bit longer than normal. This game is already confusing me to no end. No predictions whatsoever coming in from me anymore. Archmage now coming out. We're going to have a single footman to try to do some harassing or try to do some creeping, not 2 footmen, as it is going to be a little bit delayed. Blade Master is going to come out and start harassing the Archmage relatively quickly, and 3 militia now coming out, so perhaps we are going to see a tower rush. No, Archmage now trying to come out and do some creeping on this particular creep camp, and now gonna take down this giant sea turtle, but the Blade Master's gonna come in and take down this last hit and steal the experience. Yes, steals the experience away and picks up the item, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3. So this game is already not going well for VeryB1gman. VeryB1gman now trying to do additional damage on that water mental. So Blade Master only doing 3 or 4 hits has already gotten halfway to level 2. Meanwhile, Archmage worked so hard and got so far, but in the end it didn't matter because he's only at 40 experience. And now coming back over here, gonna do some additional creeping as well. Trying to figure out where that Blade Master is currently at. Blade Master getting a little closer to those turtles, but does not aggro them. Footman trying to do some damage, trying to perhaps pull the Blade Master away as he's trying to chase down this grunt over here. So 2 very intensive micro battles going on. Ciara now already teching the tier 2. Meanwhile, we have a very early tech coming in from VeryB1gman. So VeryB1gman staying at 24 food and then doing some creeping as well. So perhaps we're going to see what I would assume to be a sky rush at this point. So I know I wouldn't make any predictions, but with that tower and the getting of that wood, I'm going to assume a sky rush. He's going to pick up a Beast Master and then push at tier 2 with the way he's been playing right now. Archmage moving relatively slowly, and the Blade Master is nowhere to be seen. Trying to find where that Blade Master is. Blade Master is actually here to the south. A better view of him over here. He's going to go ahead and pick up a Boots of Speed, sell his Scroll of Town Portal. Yeah, and he sells his Scroll of Town Portal, picks up Boots of Speed, and now we have Footman now running outside the base over here. We do have Orc Burrows being produced, and Ciara currently sitting at 26/30. Not going to be supply locked. Meanwhile, we have VeryB1gman sitting at 24/30. And not really gathering that much gold, so quite interesting to see what he's going to be doing here. Blade Master is going to once again get a kill steal off and kill off the water elemental and get to level 2, and picks up the Slippers of Agility +3. So wow, very nice play coming in from Ciara. Ciara just out microing VeryB1gman at this point in the game. VeryB1gman forced to just try to run back over here. Ciara is a teammate of I believe Grubby. I think they're both on Team EG. VeryB1gman, I don't recognize those those letters or that team name, so I need to get caught up on my Warcraft news. Here we have the Archmage now trying to do some additional damage on these units. Oh, sorry about that. Let me fix that for you. Doing a little bit of damage on those grunts right now, and the grunt is now just trying to push them back just a little bit more. Meanwhile, we have the Blade Master now pushing in, trying to fight against that when a small footman. The footman is able to run to the back, and we have a Mountain King being trained. So X-nay on what I said about the early the Sky Rush. It is going to be a Mountain King and not a Beastmaster. So so not quite sure what VeryB1gman's really trying for. He's behind on tech, or he's equal on tech and behind on hero levels. We do have a bestiary being built in the back and a Shadow Hunter being produced or being trained. A double bestiary, no Spirit Lodges at this point in time. Archmage trying to run away from a Blade Master with a Boots of Speed. And Archmage does have a Boots of Speed of his own, but not quite sure if he's going to be able to outrun that Blade Master. Blade Master still chasing down that Archmage. Archmage has worked so hard to try to get to level 2, but still is unable to. Blade Master is going to try to take down that Ogre Warrior, is going to be successful, and perhaps pick up Claws of Attack +6 if he is lucky. Oh wow, Claws of Attack +6. This game could not be going any better for Ciara at this point. He is doing just a great job, and now Dust of Appearance being used, and the Blade Master will be forced to just try to push away, but that +9 on that Blade Master this early in the game is just critical. Only after a couple creep camps. Mountain King now coming out, so the Ciara is going to go ahead and back out as he knows that he does have Dust of Appearance. And Blade Master trying to push back out. Ciara currently sitting at 31/50, healing up his units and going to be able to push off any attack that's going to be coming relatively shortly. We do not have any Ivory Towers being produced. We do have double Sanctums right now. Mountain King does not have Ivory Towers either. Archmage really needs to get to level 2 in order to really do anything, because he really needs Brilliance Aura. And once again, the Blade Master is going to catch the Archmage out running around in midfield, and this is not working well. Mountain King is, a Sorceress is hexed. Sorceress will go down. Quick bolt on the Shadow Hunter, and the Shadow Hunter is going to get surrounded, and I do not think the Blade Master is close enough in order to do a push out, and the Shadow Hunter at level 1 goes down. We do not have a Dust of Appearance, so the Blade Master does not have enough mana to Windwalk at this point, but the Mountain King, I think, has enough for a bolt, and this may be problematic for that unit right now. We do have, if he casts slow on that Blade Master will have a little bit of an issue. Does have enough mana for a Windwalk right now, and now he's going to pick up a potion of healing. No Ivory Tower, so still no towering at this point in time, and more sorceresses are being produced. Still no Spirit Lodge yet, so the sorceresses and the slow are going to really just cause havoc. We do have Wind Riders in place, so the Wind Riders are going to be able to focus down those sorceresses without much of an issue. And the Archmage is now once again trying to push out. With level 1 Archmage is just not going to be strong enough to really push on this tactic right now, as it does not have a Brilliance Aura. It really needs Brilliance Auras for those sorceresses to be that effective right now. And Militia are now just trying to run back to the base once more. This game is not going well for VeryB1gman. Shadow Hunter is back out. The unit combinations of Ciara is just a perfect counter to whatever VeryB1gman can throw at him. We do have Ivory Towers in the mix, but this rush is going to fail horribly unless I'm missing something. We do have the Archmage, or we have the Blade Master trying to get to level 3, and the Shadow Hunter should get to level 2 if the Blade Master pulls out of this fight. No, Archmage is not going to try to try to do a Sky Rush. He is just instead go into Tower and get an expansion up and running. And let's see, we do have not producing additional peasants, so perhaps not. Blade Master is currently in play. Dust of Appearance. He does see that Blade Master. Blade Master is currently sitting in the middle. Not quite sure what he's waiting for. Unable to bolt him, and the Blade Master gets the hit off a little bit too early and is unable to really go anywhere. We have a Stormbolt, waiting for a Stormbolt on that Blade Master. Blade Master is going to be able to escape with the Speed Scroll. Wow, the Blade Master sitting in the middle of that giant sea turtle, even though he had Dust of Appearance on him, so to be unable to be focused down. And stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between VeryB1gman and Ciara here on Turtle Rock.